Welcome again to Tuntum Network. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Cyrus. Today is a special one for business. 10 years ago, Africa was 1.1 billion people. Today, Africa is 1.4 billion people, and it's estimated to hit 1.8 billion people in 10 years. That will be around 2033. What does that mean for Africans? And what does that mean for non-Africans? Is this something you are thinking about and planning towards? Or you are just living for living's sake? Well, I've prepared together 5 businesses that I strongly believe can survive. You can start them today and will survive and make you profit in Africa. And I need you to hear me on this. But before you do that, there is one thing that I call the basic requirement for it, which is you need at least $2,000 US dollars in order to make this work. Let's go. This episode is brought to you by EM Gold Wines in Tesano. They are the importers and distributors of 12 different brands of wine from Spain and Italy. They sell at wholesale prices, and I'm sure when you call them, they'll make you a very good offer. So first business is microfinancing. This is when you provide financial services to low individuals or small enterprises to help them grow, and you also make profit whilst you do that. This is how it works. First, it's a non-bank system. It's something you have to understand. So you have to be registered as a business and then get an office set up in a location where the small businesses aren't too far from you, and collection of monies wouldn't have a distance problem. Once you are able to provide these financial services to the first few small businesses, you build on them so that subsequent loans will be given through referrals from existing customers. Over time, you have a sizable number of businesses who may know each other or may even be in the same enclave. This business, if done right, can turn into a bank in a matter of years. Requirements vary from country to country, so try getting the requisite details to setting up a microfinance in your home country. The second business is waste management. There are a few African countries that are actually clean, and I'm talking in respect to their capital cities or their second or third major cities, and I've been to many African cities. If you live in Ghana, Nigeria, Uganda, Cameroon, Kenya, Senegal, or Congo, this business is especially for you. This is how it works. You need to identify the closest landfill site and comb the area to see how waste management is being handled. Then you need to get yourself this type of, whether it's an Indian or a Chinese 3-wheel truck. In Ghana today, the price is just a little over $1,000. You need to modify it to look something like this. It's not very pretty, but it's super low on fuel consumption. And it's small enough to maneuver corners to pick up trash. The idea is to start like this and eventually become this. You don't need to have to ride it yourself. You go to the neighborhood door to door to get your own deals, get a driver, and do the supervision on a daily basis. Plastic waste management is a major problem in Africa today, and other forms of waste. We need more hands on deck if we will have to solve this problem. The third thing is media and entertainment, and this is for everybody. And it doesn't matter if you are educated or not, or whether you have a real talent or not. It doesn't matter. But if you can consistently package something on social media for people to like, then you have something special going for you. Take, for instance, this man in Ghana who does short comedies, strictly in the local language. He is Dr.Likeetv or Akabeneza. Currently, he has a lot going for him in terms of viewership and sponsorship packages. If you have a smartphone or internet or data, you are good to go. You may not even need to speak in your videos. You may not necessarily even be in your videos yourself. If you can identify something people may like in your community, you can definitely put it on social media. Don't be in a hurry to get feedback or results in a short period of time, because it takes time to build anything that is good and will last long. The fourth thing is food business. And commonly what people will do is they go into businesses in food that are common to the people in their community or in their country, which is a good thing. But what I'm proposing here is to do something different. That is, to get a new cuisine or a recipe that is foreign to your community and introduce it there. I have done this with some people in the past, and it's a practical thing which I think will work for you too. This was a guy who was stuck on slow sales in his business, and I recommended that he started a food business, which I made him watch one particular food recipe on YouTube that doesn't require much to do, but the price is pretty low. Today, he's doing it in 2 different places. Food will always be in demand, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you are happy or sad, whether you have money or not, you will have to eat. Even if you've lost the dearest person in your life, you still have to eat. Don't get trapped in only starting cuisines that are familiar to your community. You need to explore. Let me tell you this story about KFC when they came to a community nearby where I stayed. When I first saw the signpost, I was like, man, this KFC thing in this community, I don't think it will work. Because this is a community where most people will settle for kinky and fish, banku and the typical foods. But after a few months and almost a year now, I pass by the same place and I see people queue in line to buy buckets of chicken from KFC. Clearly, the taste of people have changed, and a lot of things are changing. So don't get stuck. Try new things in your community. Go on YouTube, research on new simple foods that you can find, and see how best you can implement that in your community to make you a good return. All these pointers I'm giving out here are so doable to any serious and hardworking person who wants to try something new in their lives. But the truth of the matter is, most people will hear it, ponder over it, and yet go back to their regular lifestyle. And the reason is simple, because it's easy to work and get a salary than to start something and invest time in it and grow it. But you must always remember this, that a job will get you a salary, but a business will make you an income, which is what most successful people do. The last but the most possible of them all is a dry cleaning business. And I don't think in Africa we have done it right. Rather, we have copied wrongly how it's done in the West. You see, in Africa, most homes do not own a washing machine, and that is good for business. The price of a brand new washing machine in Ghana is just around $500, and I don't know the price in your home country. But if you can get your hands on one, you are in business. This is how it works. You go from door to door in your neighborhood, and then you present your business card and what you do. Whether it's a single dress or a bunch of dress, you go with your price list for people to know what you offer. Eventually, when they get to know you, they'll be bringing the goods to you. And you'll be also opening branches near your customers. This is a particular business that even in America today, it's a multi-million business. People have always overlooked it in Africa. And I think it's about time you took an interest in exploring in that direction. Look, people's lives today are quite stressed. People don't actually have time to wash or clean or cook or whatever people used to do before. People hardly have time to sleep these days. So these businesses that I'm proposing may look small to you, but it could be the beginning of something very huge in your country. I have few honorable mentions that I should add to this, which is farming, animal farming and all that, which is quite rewarding. But remember, animal farming or crop farming today in Africa is quite expensive. You have to be looking at how to control pests, irrigation, how to transport your goods from the farms to the market centers, how to even store your produce from rotten is even an issue in Africa. For many years, we haven't been able to resolve this issue. So all these things are still there on the table, but I'll urge you, it's better to start something than to always be working for someone. All in all, I want to encourage you to stop begging and depending on people to feed yourself and your family. It's about time you go get some money. Go out there and raise some capital. You say, but how? Well, one thing has worked so well in the past, and it will work equally well today. Get yourself to a construction site where workers are always needed. Today in Ghana, a laborer's job per day is 120 Ghana cedis, which is equivalent to about $10 per day. If you can do this for a month or two and save a bigger portion of that money, you can branch off and start whatever you want to do. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to support us. And in conclusion, make sure to work hard. And remember this, a hand that does not work shall not eat. Until we come your way again, it's bye-bye for now.